you're earning $50,000 a year. In London or New York, you're essentially one medical emergency away from poverty. But in Tbilisi, Georgia, that same income buys you a luxury condo, a private chef, and a 60% savings rate. The 50K trap is a choice, not a sentence. Before we talk about cities, we have to talk about what you actually keep. As of June 2026, if you're a U.S. citizen earning $50,000, you are in the perfect bracket to pay exactly $0 in federal income tax. According to the IRS FEIE rules, you can exclude your entire $50,000 income if you stay outside the U.S. for 330 full days, 1.3. Unlike 2025, where inflation squeezed domestic earners, your purchasing power effectively jumps by 20% the moment you cross the border. By using a Wyoming LLC to receive your remote consulting fees, you avoid state taxes entirely. One critical caveat: if you're self-employed, SE tax, roughly 15%, still applies on your net earnings regardless of the FEIE exclusion. So consult a cross-border tax professional before acting on any of this. A farce. This tax optimization is the foundation of geo-arbitrage, the strategy of earning in high-power currencies while spending in low-cost hubs. The gap between the default domestic life and the optimized global life has never been wider. If you aren't ruthlessly optimizing your geography, you're essentially subsidizing a government that doesn't provide the lifestyle you want. 6. 7. Our first stop is the Frontier Alpha of 2026, Tbilisi, Georgia. According to data from Numbeo, you can live an excellent life here for under $1,800 a month, 810. Georgia is a territorial tax system powerhouse, meaning it won't tax your foreign source remote income. Or for someone earning $50,000, this leaves you with over $2,300 in monthly savings after your high-quality local expenses. Unlike 2025, when the digital nomad scene was just discovering it, 2026 has seen Tbilisi mature into a tech-forward hub. You can rent a centrally located apartment for $800 a month and enjoy world-class dining for pennies. According to the Expatriate Group 2026 guide, while some sectors offer higher pay worldwide, the real wealth is built where you can minimize the tax drag on your principal News One. Tbilisi isn't just a low-cost city, it's a strategic wealth-building platform. This is how you reach fire in a decade rather than a lifetime. 5. Bangkok remains the Goldilocks of nomad cities in 2026. You can find luxury condos with rooftop infinity pools for less than $100 a month in Sukhumvit, Jetton 12, 13. Even with Thailand's post-2024 tax reforms, which now look closer at foreign source income brought into the country, the cost of living remains low enough to crush Western ROI, inflation. On a 4,166 monthly gross income, you're spending about 25% on housing, a ratio that would get laughed out of any city in the US or Europe. Your Revolut card will be your best friend here for daily transactions at mid-market rates, 14. Unlike the scrappy nomad days of 2025, the 2026 Bangkok Nomad is targeting affordable luxury, not budget survival, 13. By 2027, with the new LTR visas fully settled, Bangkok will be the primary hub for nomads who want the highest quality of life per dollar spent. You're trading a cramped studio in a high-tax city for a serviced high-rise in a city that treats you like a king, 12. If you need to stay synced with U.S. clients, Medellin is your answer. It sits in the EST time zone corridor year-round, which means no midnight stand-ups, no scheduled gymnastics, just seamless overlap with the clients who actually pay you, a she. That time zone alignment alone sets Medellin apart from every Southeast Asian hub on this list. And then the numbers hit. A $2,800 monthly budget here, about 67% of your $50K income, buys you a premium apartment in El Poblado, a private gym membership, and frequent fine dining. This still allows you to channel $2,300 a month into your brokerage account for compounding wealth, 14. According to Nomad Capitalist, Medellin is a top pick for those who want a kingly lifestyle without the billionaire price tag, a 13. Watch for the shift toward midterm rentals, 30 to 90-day stays that offer more stability than high-turnover Airbnbs, 15-16. Jeff Hurst, CEO of Furnished Finder, notes that this extended stay market is booming as nomads look for genuine community roots rather than permanent transients, 15. Lisbon is the premium choice on our list for 2026. Unlike 2025, the Portuguese government has fully pivoted to the D8 digital nomad visa, which requires a stable foreign income, 17. On a $50,000 salary, you are just hitting the threshold where Lisbon is comfortable. You'll spend roughly $1,800 a month on a decent apartment and basic living costs, 12. This leaves you with less savings than Tbilisi, but you are paying for the EU safety net and a path to a second passport, 18-19. According to the Expatriate Group's 2026 guide, expats are increasingly valuing residency security over pure cost savings. News 1. Use Wise to manage your euro to dollar conversions to avoid the 3% hidden fees that traditional banks bury in exchange rates. 2000. You're moving slower here, but you're building a foundation in one of the most stable jurisdictions in the world. 20th. Mexico City, specifically Roma or Condesa, is the strategic play for nomads who need to stay close to the US dollar economy. Your $2,800 monthly spend buys a very high-end lifestyle here, leaving you with the $300 a month for your SWR portfolio. 5E. Unlike the transient vibes of 2025, 2026 has seen a surge in nomads pursuing the 4-year temporary residency track that can lead to permanent status. On the tax side, as a U.S. citizen under the FEIE threshold, federal income tax goes to zero, and Mexico's tax framework generally does not reach foreign source income earned entirely outside its borders for qualifying temporary residents. But your specific residency classification determines your actual exposure, so verify this with a cross-border tax attorney before relying on it. 3.11. By 2027, the nearshoring boom will likely push rents higher in desirable neighborhoods, so locking in a midterm rental structure now is critical. 15. You're gaining proximity to home, world-class culture, and a cost of living that still allows for a 30% savings rate, even on a modest $50,000 income. 18 to 10. You now know that $50,000 can either be a struggle or a launchpad, depending on where you plant your flag. If you're ready to stop settling for the default mode and start ruthlessly optimizing your FIRE timeline, subscribe. We break down a new actionable nomad finance strategy every week. Next video. The 7 territorial tax countries, where your remote income stays 100% untaxed heading into 2027.